Hello, Friday date nighters.
Hi,
I did
everyone.
not play the music this time. I think we need to have a different kind of intro for our Friday date nighters, don't you, Katie?
I think so. Yeah, you should have a special one.
Yeah, like some romantic music with wine and flowers, or because we're already throwing people off, we might as well just go all the way.
That would be pretty funny.
Well, first of all, you all might notice that Katie, which way am I pointing? Katie is here because Awen is stuck in traffic somewhere.
Yes.
But she might pop in when she gets home if she's able to do that. So we're just really happy to see a few people watching. We've got Thomas is here as usual. Robin is here as usual. John Tyner. We've got Tommy. Tommy, I never know if I'm saying your name right. So tell me if I'm doing it right. I assume it's Book. Does that sound right? Or Buck? Katie, do you know?
I don't know.
You know. We've got Lynette Jester. And Luther's here. Luther, you need to bring cake next time because we always talk about your chocolate cake. Who else
Sharon.
popped in? I think
Sharon
that's it.
hasn't
Oh,
been here.
Sharon Haynes. Hi, Sharon. I think you're a new name from Alabama. And if you're not, I'm very sorry. I'm really bad with names, so we all need name tags. Oh wait, we have them.
Name pronunciation guides,
That would be helpful.
maybe.
A little phonetic help would be awesome. So far, everybody's pretty good here, except for Tommy. He needs to give me a phonetic guide for his name. And I think Thomas's last name is Caneline. Is it? I think it's an A sound. Thomas, help me out. IPA guides? Is that that's the pronunciation guide, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't help me because don't you have to know like what all the little symbols mean?
Yeah, you do.
I just want to hear somebody say it. Oh, I got it wrong.
No.
Oh, Lynette wants to hear about the talking dog. Well, I have one quick story. This is if for those of you who haven't heard this tomorrow or heard this yet. My daughter's dog has buttons. It's like an assistive device that you might use for somebody who doesn't have speech. And this whole thing for dogs was developed by a speech pathologist. So um, there's a whole movement right now to start using these talking buttons to help dogs express themselves. I can't believe I'm saying this.
On WikiTree date night.
I know, but it works. So her dog, Charlie, has buttons. He has several little buttons. We actually got to see him use them while we were visiting a couple weeks ago. I won't bore you with all those details, but it was funny yesterday. She has a button with his name where he pushes it and it says Charlie so that he can say something about what he's thinking or whatever. So the other day that button stopped working, so she took it out of his little arrangement of buttons.
Mhm.
So there was just a missing blank spot there. So instead, he went over and he looked at it and he looked at her and he looked and he pushed the where button.
Oh, wow.
Like, where's my button?
That's pretty
So he
cool.
does understand a lot of these concepts. It's kind of funny. It's amazing. We showed up with our dogs at their house, and then the next day or a couple days later, we came back without our dogs, and he again gave me that look like, what's going on? And then he ran over and he pushed the dog button, and then he
Oh,
wanted to know where his dog uncle and aunt were.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. If anybody's really interested in that kind of thing, go to Instagram and search for "What About Bunny." That's the name of the account. And this dog knows a lot. She's amazing. Tommy, it's Bush. Okay, thank you. I don't know why I had gotten booked before from somewhere, but okay, now I will try to do a better job of pronouncing your name in my head and when I'm reading it.
Also, Thomas's is Kenline.
Kenline, not Caneline. Kenline. Okay, thank you. I'll try to remember. Katie, next time we're together, you'll help me with this, right?
I don't know how I'll remember, but I'll try.
Oh, so Lynette, yes, Charlie is very self-aware. He knows what's happening. They have buttons for well, of course, one for food. Um, Luther. Thank you, Luther. Brown. Got it. Um, but he's just got Charlie has a ton of buttons. Enough of that. We're doing date night. Let's talk date night. I have
Yeah,
a surprise for you guys.
Julie has a cute little slideshow
I
for you.
do. Are you ready? I
Yeah.
figured it would just be nice because we have people that pop in that may not be chatting with us right now, who have never attended date night before. So, oh, you can stop talking. Yes, I do remember Mojave. Lynette, I just completely read her nickname wrong. Thank you for changing it. Now my feeble brain can process what her name is now. And thank you, John. Um, for those of you who are on Facebook and can't see these other comments that are coming in from YouTube, they're all making fun of how I'm pronouncing their names. And hi, Rosalie, welcome. You're in, are you in Australia or I'm trying to remember. I know I should know. Anyway, I do have a little slideshow just because I know that some of the people that are watching may not have been here before. So I thought I'd just go over a few things about how to date.
I
How
need
to
this.
date.
I need this.
You need it?
Yeah.
How to date the WikiTree way. Hi, Betsy Co. And yes, Rosalie is in Australia. So let me just run through this real quick. Um, it's stuff that you've probably already seen. I figured a lot of you already know this. Some of you have not seen the space page, and some of you have never been here before. So let's do that. I assume you can see this, huh, Katie?
Hmm.
Can't see you anymore. So the best way, how do you find dates? That's the first question. How do you find dates on WikiTree? Well, the first thing you want to do is use WikiTree Plus. So the suggestions that we're working on are numbers 131 through 134. So I said the really lonely ones are 131 and 132 because they don't have any dates and there are no dates on the relatives. So really what I meant was these are the harder ones.
Yeah, that does sound hard.
Yes. So you get in there, you're clinking around trying to find some hints on how to pick up uh, dates for these poor people who don't have any at all on their family. I always just start searching by the name, and then if I can find a census listing that has the same family names on it, um, then usually you can make a connection and start filling in the blanks. And that's a good way to start. Sometimes, although I don't always depend on the information on Find a Grave, you can get some good hints there. Usually, not always, because they don't add sources. They don't, not everybody does. But it is a good place to start if because a lot of people who have created these profiles might have started there and that's where they got the information to begin with. And they just didn't fill in all the blanks. So the really lonely profiles don't have any dates and they don't have any dates on their relatives, and those are going to be really hard. But those are the suggestions that you can take a look at through WikiTree Plus 131 and 132. And then the other two suggestions we work on are 133 and 134. And those are the kind of lonely ones, but they are at least have dates on their relatives. So you can pop in there and usually get some ideas on a range of dates to search for children or parents, sometimes siblings, and start knocking around in the census listings. I always start with census listings, don't you, Katie?
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
seems like the most sensible place to
Though
start. No,
No, I said though, if it's for someone outside the US, I don't really have a strategy for that.
I know. I kind of leave those and move on to US ones just because I
Mhm.
don't feel, I mean, there's some like, Canada, I feel pretty good about.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, some of the England ones I can find because
Well, they have
they're,
censuses too. Yeah.
yeah, their census listings are pretty easy to work with.
I have a question.
Yes,
You mean next to 133 and 134, do you mean there are dates on the relatives? Is there a
I
typo?
did. I have a typo.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just
That's very astute of you. Can you tell I just threw this up here this afternoon? So yes, that's what I meant. There are dates on relatives. We'll just go past this slide. We're done there. So of course, WikiTree Plus is going to be a good place to check. Some other ideas that I like to use, and I will ask you all for some of your suggestions after we get through this list. So be thinking. I like to use my WikiTree menu, and I'll go and look through my suggestions to see if I have any of the numbers that we're working on because I sure don't want to have those on my watch list. But so I'll go look at that. Sometimes something will pop in there by accident. If I've been working on like somebody else's watch list and I changed the last, like the last name at birth, maybe
Mhm.
you guys don't know this. If you work on a profile and well, you guys have, okay, let's back the boat up here. Since I'm on the team, since I'm an admin, I can go in and change the last name at birth on anything without adopting it. So when I do that, it puts me on the trusted list. So I have to remember to go in and take myself off the trusted list, or I have way too many profiles on my watch list. Is that Aowen?
I think it is. It is.
She's here. Hi, Aowen.
Hi.
Look,
Sorry.
we have a slide. It's okay. We have a slideshow,
Slideshow nice.
and we're doing some ideas.
Great.
So I'm glad you're here.
Me
But I'm going to
too.
go back to the slideshow now.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, I go and I look for suggestions on my own list and try to get those cleared up. And then I'll go to my WikiTree, my WikiTree menu, and click on surnames. And you guys have done this too. Go to one of the surnames associated with your family, and you can pick one of those and start with the surname index by date of birth link on that. There's like a little box for every surname, and that should be up near the top. You can click on that and then go out and see if you can find any profiles in that surname that don't have dates. So that's another place to look. And then, of course, go to your own watch list, and you can sort it by birth date and look for anything that might need dates there. So there you're kind of in your own neighborhood looking at stuff there, which is always a good place to be. But then if you want to get out of your neighborhood, you can kind of just go to different surname pages just by doing searches, something interesting. The other thing that I like to do, and I was just doing this the other day, it's a little overwhelming, but if you go to your watch list and there's a little button up at the top that says find matches. So it helps you find or look for duplicates for profiles on your watch list. And I can guarantee that you will find profiles that don't have dates that pop up there. That's a really good way to find profiles without dates. Plus, you might be able to eliminate some of them from the search that happens when you're looking for matches.
I
So
didn't know that that was
that's what you
the find
didn't?
match. I didn't know that was a thing. No.
Oh, I'm so glad you learned something.
Uh,
It's a fun way to do it because you might be eliminating some duplicates that out there in the database.
yeah. I'm gonna
So
go there.
yeah, it's a fun thing to do. So those were my ideas for the day. I want to know if anybody has another method that they use. So we're going to just sit here in silence and wait for them to comment.
Silence.
I'm just kidding. Do you guys have any other methods that you use, Katie or Aowen?
Um, There's something on WikiTree Plus that I use. I have to go look so that I don't fumble what I'm saying.
I know it's easy.
Yeah.
It's like I have muscle memory for the things that I do on WikiTree,
Yes.
and when I have to stop and think about the steps I actually go through, I always leave something out. So,
And I never know like what it's called. I'm just like, it's there on the
yeah, I
side.
know where it is.
Yeah.
Well, here Rosalie says something. She's working on the challenge this week for Drew. She created a profile for someone and found a match. That has a profile manager. It has no sources or dates or any others connected to it. It looked like a perfect profile to merge and get rid of a no dated and no sourced profile. But I was not game to approach the manager. Rosalie, I run across stuff like that all the time. And I will just go ahead and propose a merge and say, do you know anything else about this person that might help us determine if this is a match? If you don't, and this, if it's the exact same name and everything, you can propose that you help them merge it away and then they don't even have to manage it anymore because they might not have any more information for it either, especially if it came in through a JEDCOM. Or they might come back and say, oh no, this is my great aunt Martha, and I'm going to fill in her stuff right now.
All right, I found it. So it's on
Cool.
WikiTree Plus. Under the first heading, suggestions, if you go down to tree, you can input your WikiTree ID and a number of generations. 8 is the default. And then you press the button to search, and it will show all of the suggestions for the people in your tree. I think it's not just direct ancestors.
Okay.
So, but scrolling through here, I see some no dates ones. And I may not,
So they,
I may not manage the profile, so I may not know that these suggestions exist. But I like to look
right.
through here because it goes all the way.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's another good way to find it, and you'll be improving your own branch if you do that. So that's cool. What else? What did Thomas say? Oh, they're having a little side conversation over here. They're talking about natural disasters, I think. Yeah. So next step in my little slideshow, let's go back over here.
There's more?
There's more, not a lot more, just a little more. So what happens when you find a date? Can you imagine somebody just popping in here and they have no idea what we're talking about? Yes, I love it. So when you find a date, if the person is deceased, that sounds even worse.
What kind of dating are you doing, Julie?
Oh, let's just go on. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is add your source. Really, we mean it. Add your source. That's very important to keep your sources on the profiles. By the way, you want to add your source. There, if I made that point. So then you also want to fill in your date on the data fields, and then you should search for duplicates. So you have to save first, save the profile, and then start searching for duplicates. This is by eliminating these undated profiles, it makes it just so much easier to find the duplicates if they're out there. And then you can go down at the bottom of the profile and see if there are any unmerged matches that this profile might be involved in. So if you're not familiar with those, that means that somebody said, I think these might be a match, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to put them in an unmerged status so that we can do more research and determine if they match or not. So now that you have a date, you should be able to look at the unmerged match and tell whether or not it's something that should be rejected or proposed as a merge. And then you can leave that profile feeling happy, knowing that you did a good thing. Go on your merry way. Go find another one without dates. So what if the person is still living? Because sometimes you can tell pretty quickly if their relatives have dates that are pretty current, then you know they're probably still living. Make sure you add your source.
Come here.
That's pretty important. And then add the date to the data field. If you can't find a date, but you can tell they're living based on the dates of the relatives, you can click the Still Living button. And then add a note to the profile that says why you think they're still living, and then add your source. And then you'll want to add if there's no manager on the profile, add the category WikiTree admin. If there is a manager, don't add the category, because the only time we need to know about these profiles is if you're going to save it and it's going to be unlisted and not adoptable. So then by putting it in that category, the team can go back and review the profiles in there and decide how we want to handle those. And sometimes we find a manager to add to them. So that's really cool. But only do that, only add the category if there's no manager already on the profile. So then go ahead and save it, and you're going to get a warning that says, this profile, who's that?
That's me. Sorry.
It's pretty. So save the profile. You're going to get a warning that says, if you save this, it's not going to be adoptable. It's going to be private. We'll just click save anyway, because if you put the WikiTree admin category on there, we can find it and take care of it. So that's about it. Does anybody have any questions?
That was a good overview. I didn't know what to do if we found a living person. So that's good to know.
All of these instructions, oh, there's Molly. All of these instructions are on our space page. I can share that too. You guys always can go out there. Where'd it go? So all of these instructions are out here. There's much more than I put on the slideshow. But here's kind of I did kind of a walkthrough of what to do when you find a date, depending on if they're living or deceased, or
Right.
if you can't find a date, how to estimate dates and all that. So this is always here. It's a space page called WikiTree Friday Date Night. So you should be able to find that pretty quickly. And if you can't, everybody knows where to find me, right?
I think
I'm
they
always
do.
here. So if anybody has any questions, there's 3 of us sitting here ready to answer them. Fire away.
Any questions about anything?
Well, we already
Ellen.
covered Charlie and his buttons again. Oh,
Let's
how's
see,
Molly?
Eowyn, what's your favorite fruit, since we're asking anything?
My favorite fruit. I would go with strawberries.
Good choice.
Mhm.
But I also really like bananas and apples.
Also good choices.
What's yours, Katie?
Probably strawberries.
I like strawberries. I like
Are
mango.
they your? Oh, I don't like mango.
You don't like mango?
No.
Oh, we can't be
Like
friends
I don't mind
anymore
it
then.
if it's in a smoothie with other stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
but I don't like
Mhm.
the taste of it just by itself.
Oh gosh. Sprinkle a little lime juice on it. Oh my goodness.
I don't like lime juice.
Oh, for crying out loud. We can't work together anymore.
All
Never,
right, you're
it just
fired.
can't happen.
Strawberries dipped in peanut butter?
Ooh,
I've never
that's
tried
different.
that,
Me
but I
either.
like strawberry
Mhm.
jam and peanut butter sandwiches.
Me
That
too.
would be good. Oh, we make fruit fluff, like at all of our family gatherings. Have you ever had that?
I don't think
You
so.
take a block of cream cheese and a jar of marshmallow fluff, mix them together, dip strawberries, grapes, whatever other
Nice.
fruit you like.
That sounds
It's
good.
delicious and so very healthy.
Oh,
It's
Kathy says
delicious.
she just got the notification that we're live, so maybe that's why we had an influx of viewers.
Oh, good. Happy to see it. I wonder why it was late.
Oh.
That's weird. Well, she's eating watermelon. That's one of my favorite fruits too. Mango with habanero. Way to go, Lynette. And peanut butter and cheese sandwiches. John, I have a problem with that. We need to
Why
know
don't you
what kind of cheese, I think.
add some mustard to that? Maybe
Oh,
bananas. I don't
Banana,
know.
peanut butter, cheese, and mustard sandwich.
Yeah. Julie
Molly,
looks confronted.
Molly would eat it.
Betsy has some good advice for everybody. Don't forget to like the video. Yay. Oh, cheddar cheese and peanut butter. That is just something I would never put together.
But they do the crackers. Like you can get the cheddar cheese crackers with the peanut butter in the middle, like the little snack pack things.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
that's true. I think at the moment it's a texture thing for me. Thinking about a slice of
Fair.
cheddar with peanut butter. Oh, Emmental. I like Emmental cheese, but I don't know with peanut butter.
I think you should try it and let
Struggling.
us know, Julie.
No, we'll just take John's word for it. I bet cream cheese and peanut butter would be delicious on a sandwich.
Mm,
Mm,
no,
I don't
It would
know.
taste like cheesecake, peanut
no.
butter cheesecake.
If you mixed it together, maybe.
Yeah. My husband likes peanut butter and honey mixed
I like
together.
peanut butter and honey.
That's good.
That's his favorite comfort food sandwich.
Oh, look, we have a legit question. That's not
Oh,
about
yay.
fruit.
Well, okay, so I always struggle with finding just the native WikiTree Plus, Rosalie, so you're not alone. I usually get there by going to my WikiTree and clicking on suggestions. What do you guys do to get there?
That's how I get there.
My
Katie?
browser bar saves it, so all I have to
Oh,
do is type in WikiTree and then like it shows up. So that's not very helpful.
I'm trying to think. Let me look at something here. Is there? It's not on the help menu. Um, I've been meaning to suggest that we put suggestions on the find menu, but you can always get there by going to both your profile ID menu, it's the last selection on there, or the My WikiTree menu. So either one of those will take you there, and then you can kind of fudge around with getting to the native thing. Oh, I got to take your comment off, Rosalie. So they're still talking about food, aren't they?
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing on WikiTree is you can always count on us defaulting to talking about food.
It's so
Yep.
true. So true.
Every time.
So true.
Kathy has a good suggestion for bookmarking it somewhere, which I also have it in my bookmarks too, but it's quicker for me to just go to the menu item and use that. Let's see. And yes, there is an extension. Lauren, hi Lauren. Welcome. Show automatically if you use Chrome, I have it installed as an extension. So yeah, that's available too. I don't have that installed right now. I think the last time I tried to use it, Alesh wasn't quite done with it, so I just never added it back. And what else?
It's very helpful.
That
I
is
like that.
helpful.
You should add it back.
I should probably do that. I just haven't. Oh, and Lauren is in Australia too. Cool. You guys aren't having Friday date night. You're having Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So, guys, anything else you want to add? Or
I
ladies?
feel like we covered stuff.
Yeah,
I think we did.
it was very informative.
Yeah,
I
very
hope so.
informative.
Hope it was helpful. Go look for the space page. It's always linked from the G2G post. So that's always helpful. And ask me questions anytime. That's what I'm here
Julie
for.
loves
Aylin, too.
questions.
Oh, do I? I do. That sounded a little sarcastic, but I really don't mind. I don't, because usually I learn from them. I learn when you guys ask questions, I learn the answers if I don't already know them. So, and Katie is a very good resource too. And so is Aowen, of course. We always expected Aowen to have all the answers.
I have
Oh, yeah.
every single one of them.
She does. And I ask her questions all day long. Aowen, where's this? Aowen, what's that?
It's fun.
It's
Thank
fun,
you for saying that.
she says.
Yes, that wasn't sarcastic. All right, you guys. Let's rock and roll. Let's date some profiles. You think?
Sounds good. Yes, I have found some to work on.
Okay. Well, we'll do another video. Oh, wait, I was going to give you guys our total for our progress total. We have dated, according to the statistics that are pulled from WikiTree Plus for the 4 suggestions that we work on, we have improved 27,383 of those. We've added dates to that many profiles in the last 9 months. I think it's pretty awesome. So keep going. And we will see you back here in 2 weeks, right?
Oh, Lynette has a question. You said, do we have a live chat
Lynette.
button? We don't have a live chat, but we have Discord.
Yeah, we have Discord. And that, if you go to the WikiTree page, help:/Discord, you will find a link on there on how to get to the server if you're not already on there. And just make sure you follow the instructions and we will get you verified and you can come join us on the Friday Date Night Discord channel.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask more questions.
Oh, that was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. So see y'all in 2 weeks. Thanks for stopping by. I love talking to you guys every other Friday. So we're going to go. Have a good weekend.
Bye, guys.